From its humble beginnings of tradition to up with people and amusement park themes, the Super Bowl halftime show has grown into the biggest live music stage on the planet. Icons, legends, and the biggest stars of today have continually set higher standards for the artists who follow them.
We do know who will perform at Super Bowl 49.
She likes to go big. She's got the songs, the music videos, the costumes.
So how would Katy Perry put her stamp on the Super Bowl halftime show? For months, Katy has been on a global tour. Doing a portion of that show would be a safe approach, but that's not Katy Perry. And this is the Super Bowl.
It's only 12 and a half minutes. You do like 2 hours and 12 and a half minutes every night. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. We started dreaming it up when they started courting us, just because that's how you live. You fantasize about things.
This is so exciting and official.
Baz is my creative director. He's really my co-captain. He knows my taste. I trust his taste.
Can I know everybody's roles? I know some of everyone's roles, but I'd love to know what you specialize in so that I can come to you with specifics. So I don't ask for you to get me coffee or anything.
I would get you coffee.
No, I get you coffee.
Ricky Kirshner, executive producer of the Super Bowl halftime show. This is my 9th. So any of the last 9 you didn't like, please don't mention them in this video.
The art form of putting on the halftime performance for the Super Bowl, they've got it down to a science.
Bruce, do you want to just show the video? Just show them the video. Show them the video.
Wait, is this Phoenix?
That is Phoenix. But
You guys played it before then, huh? So who came out? Who else came out for this one?
no,
Just meeting her, I could tell she's super competitive. She's looking at a lot of guys that are twice her age, you know. I don't know what's going through her mind, wondering, worrying maybe.
Can I say something that might be a little bit controversial? You can never put one band on the Super Bowl like that again.
As much as I love and admire all those musicians that came before me, I think we don't have the attention span that we used to have. People know I bring a big show with a lot of fun accessories. I bring the bells and the whistles.
I'm sure Baz has told you we've been in discussion about doing field projection sort of on steroids, bigger than we've ever done.
I loved Madonna's projection.
Right. And taking that,
Do you think that worked?
yes, very well.
I think so too.
Taking that to the next step, we talked about 2 ideas. 1, you interacting with it, and 2, using big inflatables maybe out in the center of the field to give us some vertical.
Yeah.
I mean, is it worth considering looking at it slightly differently? For instance, as you reach a different part of the projection surface, you interact with different, to your point, dancers.
A playground.
Yeah, it's exactly right. It's exactly right. But that playground idea, you walking from one part of the playground to another, I really like, and it's never been done before. I think it's cool.
We're not doing the show on the Super Bowl. We are creating a whole different spectacular thing.
This is the biggest audience that I've ever been in front of. So I'm going to make a big impression, a lasting impression, hopefully.
On Super Bowl Sunday, I am going to literally burst into a firework. I'll make a picture. That's the close.
Hi, Katy.
Hi.
Lily, how are you?
How are you?
So nice to meet you.
I've been calling it the Puppy Bowl to take the pressure off. I have the idea that it is actually Super Bowl. I've done interviews forever, so be kind to me. How are you?
Can we give you a little, like, high flavor, Super Bowl flavor? Okay, please drop the clothes. We gotta come to you.
A balloon drop!
Did you do a touchdown dance? I mean,
Oh,
this is as big as it gets.
I'm going to do a touchdown dance on the field for 12 and a half minutes. I'm not going to be going around saying to myself 115 million people. That's not how I need to talk to myself. Because it's too much for any one person.
Are you thinking about doing a new song now?
I can't tell you everything. So Katy Perry, bigger is better. Wow. I love this. I think playing a Super Bowl is a combination of things for an artist. It's kind of the stamp of, you've made it, most definitely. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Meanwhile, at the site of Super Bowl 49, load-in and construction is underway.
The thing you want to do at the beginning of a design process for a halftime show is park in the back of your mind how it's going to be done, how we're going to get it on the field. You have that short amount of time. We're talking 7.5 minutes before the show. Then you have your 12-minute performance, and you have to leave pretty fast. You have to leave faster than it took to come in. But you can't design for time. You've got to think huge, because it's the Super Bowl. That's where it gets real.
And it gets very real for the production team as they learn more about the show's creative vision.
The basic idea of the show is to try and make it a little bit more ceremony-like imagery, pageantry, big looking moments.
I think what's special about this one is the scale. This is probably the biggest one that we're going to pull off.
Can I kill the lights?
Overhead, we've got 80 projectors, for example. On Madonna, we had 32. We're asking all our technicians to do things they've never done before.
Last year was a piece of cake compared to this year.
This is the scariest show I do all year, hands down, because there's so many things, that could go south. We don't even have control over when the show starts.
I've directed all kinds of stuff. Academy Awards, Olympics. I plan Super Bowl probably more than I plan any other show. There's so much stuff has to get done. It's a real buzz and a real challenge.
So if you would ride in on this with 200 of your people holding these orbs.
Right, how tall is this?
18 people.
Yeah. How long is it?
30.
30. I have to hide it.
Trying to do a giant rock concert in the middle of the biggest football game in the world is a little challenging.
And I can't just park a 30 by 20 lion up there.
And they haven't danced in it at all. I just want to make sure that they never included dance.
We got to physically rehearse for 1 month straight. First we were in a dance studio because you don't get to always rehearse in a stadium.
We have a rough structure all the way through California Girls. Do you want to just see the whole shebang that we have right now, or you want to just see one piece of it?
I'd like to see this piece and then I'll see it again.
Perfect. All right, guys, let's set up for Teenage Dream and Cali Girls. Katy is someone that genuinely having fun is one of her main priorities. Dance and choreography is probably the thing she had the least experience and exposure in when we started with her, because she was already a great singer and could play the guitar. But I think movement and her sense of her body and her physicality is how we see her grow.
I was never a dancer until about 5 years ago. I didn't go to dance class when I was a child, but somehow I turned into a dancer. Rehearsals are just about chipping away at the performance. So it's so familiar. It's muscle memory is what they call it. You just do it over and over and over, and you still do it after that.
They're boiling down 6 months of work. Every day, all hours of the day, 7 days a week, boils down to 12.5 minutes. And for 12.5 minutes, everything's got to go right. Simple as that.
At this point, the stage is in 1 million pieces, and right now with the main stage, we've got 27 carts. We got the line, doesn't include the line or the cameras. We've got 18 audio carts. I haven't done the grand total of what's coming through the door, but I'm sure we're approaching 60 something, and they're all sprinkled all over the place. It's like 4 minutes, we pretty much have a stage, and it's amazing. It's really cool.
you. Next person, please.
All the carts are moved into the stadium by 500 field team members, local first-timers and returning veterans, who for 2 weeks a year become stagehands for the biggest show in the world.
You guys ready? My name is Cap Spence, and I'm the staging supervisor for the Super Bowl 49 halftime show. Our departmental responsibility is to crisply move the stage from outside the stadium onto the field in a very precise location between 5 and 7 minutes. I was a captain in the Army for 10 years, went to Vietnam twice. From that experience, I've learned a few things in leadership. You did not come here to help us do this. We have come here to help you do this. This is your Super Bowl, it's not mine, and there's nothing else like it in the world. The first night of rehearsals is always a little bit chaotic because we have to take it really, really slow and kind of individually instruct each piece how to be careful.
Right now, the wheels are going in a lot of different directions, so we got to use a little bit of force to get them all going the same way, right? Let's get back into position on the cart.
Clockwise turn. The grass is sacred. We cannot mess it up because they have a whole other half to play.
It's kind of goofy looking at first, but there's a method to the maelstrom.
So we'll get it. Before Sunday, we'll get it.
Super Bowl 49 is now set. The top 2 seeds are the last 2 teams in Seattle and New England in Super Bowl 49.
So we have 2 surfboards, 8 palm trees, 4 beach balls, 2 sharks.
We're crazy.
Do you want to see your lion?
Are you lying?
I'm lying.
My entrance is on top of this lion. It's a huge lion. It's 11 feet. It was made by Michael Curry. It's just so magnificent. It has red eyes that light up, and it moves like a real lion. And it's being moved by puppeteers.
She has to come off that line in about 2 seconds to make it onto the field. We bring out literally a 14-foot pole that 2 guys hold onto, and she has to jump onto this pole.
There's like no easy way to get off of an 11-foot lion. I didn't know I was gonna have to have the skill set of like a fireman.
That was a cool moment.
Yep. This year's Super Bowl, I'll be sharing the stage with some special guests. Lenny is gonna be joining me on I Kissed a Girl. It's the rock moment in the show. Missy is someone that we all know her songs, and her songs still play all the time, but you haven't seen her. When that first beat hits, Get You For Gone, dun, 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 people's faces are gonna melt. I just cannot wait, because every time we're in rehearsal and we hear it, we go crazy still. I go into this fun world that I've created with beach balls.
You can make that noise you open your mouth.
Sharks. Palm trees.
Hi, palm tree.
Surfboards.
Will you turn your side, please?
And their mouths all move.
Will you sing this song? Do you feel like you have a handle on that costume? Like you're not going to go timber at any point? Honestly.
No, this is pretty easy.
Can you do your dance?
You have to open your mouth though, Scott. A bit more. Like,
Every Super Bowl is unique. They all have different challenges and different aspects that come with them. There's always something different that you're dealing with. There goes nothing. The most unique feature of the stadium is the fact that the field retracts in and out of the building. With that comes some unique challenges that you don't normally have to deal with, because normally the field doesn't move. If the field's coming in for good, for Pro Bowl on Friday, does that help, you know,
The moving grass is extremely challenging. It could only be in the building for so long before it starts to die, and obviously it becomes negotiations.
The question I have is just how many pieces are rolling out? I could say, okay, you could use the stadium all you want, just use the concrete, but it's 4 feet lower, and you know, the lighting and all the other things, it's not what it's going to look like on camera. The field dies a little bit as it stays inside. So the more sunlight it gets, the more outside exposure it gets, the better the field will perform.
I mean, ideally we'd lose 1 day, not 2 days, but
no, we get it. We want to make sure that everybody wins. And everyone has to give a little to, you know, and compromise to get to that point.
Is it exasperating? Yes. Is it challenging? Yes. You know, if it was easy, we wouldn't be here.
People like to talk about the outfits, especially if there's something to look at, and my outfits are always a feast for the eyes. Jeremy Scott is one of my favorite designers of all time. We just have the same outlook on life, and you can see that in his clothes, and you can hear that in my music. We created this just cool red, gold, orange outfit. I just look like this bright, burning flame. I kind of like it this way, especially if you're going to have the skeleton right here. Right? Because this looks a little business trippy. Like, when the kid comes in, so we need to get a person from right.
She's running the show. She's probably run the show 50 times. You know, she's going to be hopefully able to cope with anything that Super Bowl Sunday throws at her. And Super Bowl Sunday will throw stuff at you.
I was wearing the latex costume underneath my fire costume, and my crotch just melted.
Oh, burned a hole in my panties. That's a good test now.
It's a really, really unique, really, really nerve-wracking show to do. I'll see you on Monday night, hopefully with, well, everybody.
Hey, Rich, do you get nervous?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I mean, if you're not nervous, you shouldn't be doing it, right? If you're blasé about it. No, I'm shitting myself. I always do. I'm like, by the time I get there, I'll be like that.
We have live coverage for you here on NFL Network. The Seahawks are now on the ground at Phoenix's Sky Harbor Airport.
And here are the New England Patriots, trying to hoist that Lombardi trophy for the first time in a decade.
It takes for that first costume change is still at issue.
Well, I have never been so on time before in my life.
Oh my God, you're only 6 minutes late.
I'm only 6 minutes late, and that is the earliest I will be to my grave.
You know, it's so important for me to always continually be making notes and constructive criticism. So it was important for me to go into the truck and see how everything works right now.
Nice to see you. Nice, welcome.
Now we watch the
Yes. Each year we create a previs, which is basically the entire show cut from rehearsal footage. It's a work of art.
I know what it is. It's crap.
And we employ incredibly expensive editing techniques, which Guy has spent months doing. It gives everybody, for the first time, actually an interesting insight to what the show is going to look like.
Ready? There's an expensive line.
Wait, pause, speak, drop. You took out my bars of roar, didn't you?
We did.
I think we'll need more bars there because I think there will actually be some applause, you know? And you won't really, and it won't die down soon enough to hear when I start singing. That's so quick.
Yeah. I mean, we can very easily put those 2 bars back in. I just think that you're there, there's not a lot happening. The lion is up against the wall of the stadium, and it's a bit of a pregnant pause.
So I would like for you to shoot one with a regular intro.
Cool. Done.
To A and B. Is it turning? Like.
Oh, that's our fake jib shot.
Oh, it was like, what is this, reading Rainbow?
It is difficult to watch like this.
No, it's fine.
That was a Super Bowl halftime show featuring Katy Perry. And we go to commercial.
Great.
Any thoughts?
I think I'll have real thoughts with real costumes now.
You can see the flow of it, and you can see the emotion of it, and I think the end's great.
All right, I'm good. Nice one, Hamish.
No, thank you.
What's your favorite Katy Perry song?
Fireworks?
Fireworks.
You want to hear a little snippet?
Yes, please.
No, I'm kidding.
God blessed me with a lot of talent, and singing, unfortunately, was not one of them. He gave me the facial expressions for it, like.
Is by flying around the stadium on this shooting star for firework, and I fly a lot in my own show, but I've never flown in a stadium.
Are you not scared doing this?
What is there to be scared about?
Falling off?
If I die on the Super Bowl,
Great ratings.
great rating. The
Great
best
rating.
performance I've ever done.
Your final performance. Your curtain call. Done.
That's the best.
If you fall off, can you just make sure you fall to I get the shot?
During a performance, the flying rig will travel 600 feet, suspended by 4 wires.